Yes, people, Grand Rising. I hope all I wanna alright, because some things are going on in Jamaica when I'm alright at all. So, I just a big up someone who hope, hold strong, keep strong, and alright. And for those who don't alright, condolence goes out to the same way. Love and peace and everything goes out to strength and everything. Packer done, big up yourself. Anybody else there with me? Just like the live to share the live so that it can reach out to more people so that them know so we out here. This morning I am going to look at something called conjugation. See it? It's a word that might sound funny, but it's not a funny word because you don't know it. You just don't know so you don't know it. You don't use it. You just don't know so you don't use it. You don't do it. You just don't know so you don't do it. You see? So, you have these two sentences. One, the cat the cat walks fast. And then you have sentence 2 where the cats walk fast. Two sentences similar but not so much different, right? I just can't bother to shift that right now. So one sentence we have the cat walks fast, and then we have another sentence saying that the cats walk fast. Now, conjugation. Conjugation. Does anybody know what conjugation is or what conjugation means? Does anybody have an idea of the term conjugation? What it is for? Anybody? Somebody? Nobody. Alright, cool. So, conjugation really refers to like the process of changing a verb to express different forms within that verb. Right? So, you have the word run as a verb. You have the verb walk as a verb. You have the verb sit as a verb. You have text as a verb. You have type as a verb. Right? You have cook as a verb. All of these are verbs. Actions. Now, what conjugation do is that conjugation is the process now of changing that verb to meet certain requirements. Like, for example, you have present, past, and future. So, if you want to tell somebody a story that you walk to the store which is in the past, you would have to use a past tense of the verb to show that you did walked. Right? If you're in the action of still walking in the present, you would have to show that you're walking. So, what the verb do is the verb take on different forms, different tenses. Whether it may be singular, whether it may be plural. So when you conjugate them now, you basically conjugate them in those form to show a different variation of the verb being used. I don't know if you not get it now, but I hope you not get it. Right? So the one verb can be used many different ways to show say something are going to happen in the future. Like me can reach out and say, Pakadan, I will walk, go to the store. The action don't happen yet, you know. Because we're there in the present now. So when me say to him say, I will walk, that now give me an idea say, but this man not talk about right now. Right? This man not mention now. A later thing that. And if me say, alright then, Omar, I walked to the store yesterday. That done gone already. But by the conjugation of the verb, I can show the time and when the action was done. I can show when the action may be done. Right? I can show if the action is being done now. So I can show that action is taking place and when the action took place or will take place. I hope you understand. As I say, like is also a verb. So I can say, alright then, Pakadan liked the life, which means him already like it already. I can say, somebody like the life, which means me ask them for like it now. Or we can say, alright then, somebody will like the life, which means them not do it yet. So like somebody will just join now. Them just join. So them not like it yet. So me have to say, alright then, somebody whoever will like the life. So the conjugation help me for sure the different tenses, whether it be past tense, whether it be present tense, whether it be continuous tense, whether it be future tense. It can help me for sure different number of things, person, so and so and so and so and so and so. Right? Even down to the mood and them thing there. Now, as I can see, at this we are focused on right so. Right? But before you can understand conjugation to the fullest, there is something that you have to understand that we call personal pronouns. Right? Subject pronouns. So we have what we call personal pronouns. Does anybody know what are, who is, are, whatever personal pronouns are? What are personal pronouns? Somebody with the answer in the chat will state the answer. So, may I look for somebody state the answer in the chat. What are personal pronouns? Does anybody know what personal pronouns are? So somebody interact with me in the chat real quick. Cause if I not talk, I'm going to end the life. I joke, man. So anyways, somebody, does anybody know what personal pronouns are? And if you don't know, there's no reason to be ashamed neither. At least you can try. Because what I can tell you is that it is something that you know, but you just don't know, so you know. You're just not aware that you know. Right? Good. So somebody said they don't know. Now I'm going to ask you. Do you know the word I? When you're talking about yourself. Not necessarily, but kinda. But not necessarily. So it's more than just that. Right? Now, as I may say again, you know the word I, right? You know the word you. right? You know the word she. You don't know them right here? The word he. The word it. Who know them right here? We. They. Right? So, this is what the personal pronoun refers to. So, again, you might not know the term personal pronoun, but as I always tell you, it's not that you don't know things. It is the awareness of things that you probably don't know. See? So, we have the personal pronouns, right? Now, we need to know something about the personal pronoun and the conjugation of the verb. Why? Because them go hand in hand, right? Them go hand in hand as so far as to create what we call a subject-verb agreement. Now, the personal pronouns would normally refer to who is like the subject in the sentence then. And remember, pronouns are a word that can use in replace of nouns. So, Pakadan, instead of Pakadan refer to himself and say, Pakadan walks, him can use a personal pronoun and say, I walk. Right? Instead of the Pakadan say, Kimarreadingclass runs. Right? Him can say, he runs. Or him can say, you run. So, the personal pronoun now then become important because them is what forms the subject within the sentence. The subject and the verb within the sentence must agree. So, they must agree upon the tense where them are use, which means if we are talking about the future tense, they must agree in that way. If it is the past tense, they must agree in that way. Right? They must agree in whether it may be singular and plural. Because a lot of people don't know, say, even the personal pronouns, some of them singular and some of them plural. Like, for example, did you know that we and they are plural personal pronouns? Who did know, say, we and they are plural pronouns? Who did know that? Who did know that? Alright, so I'm giving you time for time, but look like no answer. Right? So moving on still. When the verb is conjugated, it must match back to the person who is doing the action. Which means, Pakadan couldn't say, how am I put it now? Like, for example, let's not use Pakadan. Let's use the personal pronoun. You wouldn't see a personal pronoun that say, I walks. So in a sentence, you wouldn't say the term I walks. Because it wouldn't be grammatical correct. Because what is happening is that the conjugation does not match up back with the personal pronoun. Sorry. It does not match up back with the personal pronoun. So, the action, the verb, must match back to who is doing the action. It must match up back with the subject who is doing the action. And this is why these two sentences have two different variations. Because in one case, they are talking about cat, which is singular. Which means that in the present tense, when you conjugate the verb walk, it must conjugate to the third person who who walks, which is the cat. So the cat is singular. The walks right here, so is present tense singular. But look in this sentence right here, so the cats, which mean that this is more than one, which speak to what? Plural. So if you have more than one, now the verb that you use have to match with the more than one as the subject. So the subject and the verb must agree. The personal pronouns that you use must link up back with the verbs them when they are conjugated. It creates what we call subject. So that sentence where you have right there, so where the cats walks fast nighttime, is very much incorrect in grammar. Grammar would not accept that. Reason being, because the cat is plural. It's more than one cat. But the walks is present tense for the third person. Right? I'm going to break it down and show you. But hold this in mind as I'm going to show you so far. Again, the cat's walks is very much incorrect. So you can't say the cats walk. It either has to be the cat walks, which is one singular cat, walks, which is the singular present tense of the verb, or Kimberly, D right there, so that's not grammatically correct neither. Change up the D where you have and put the correct thing. And this is one of the reasons why we have problems when we come to spell. Because now when in an exam are you ready to spell the word, you put D instead of V. So the pronoun, the personal pronoun, right, is the subject of the sentence. The personal pronoun is the subject of the sentence. So remember, say, the pronouns can be used in place of a noun. And guess what cat is? Cat is a noun. The personal pronoun speaks to the subject of the sentence. It tells you who is doing the action. Right? The personal pronoun speaks to the subject of the sentence. So the subject within the sentence, which is the cat, or in other case, the cats. One of them is singular, one of them is plural. Remember, pronouns are words that we can use to replace nouns. Now, what if we decide to change it from cat to cat? From cat to it, which mean that, alright. So now we have, rather than saying the cat walks, we say it walks fast. Because it is referring to the cat. So now we have right here, so we already have the subject mentioned in the sentence. The cat. So right here, so now, rather than go back and say the cat again, I can now put all a comma right here, so, and say it runs slow. So now we don't have to go back again and mention about the cat because it already mentioned in the sentence already. The cat walks fast. Me already mentioned the cat, which is a noun. But rather than use but the cat, I use the pronoun, which is it. It runs slow. Now, the reason why it runs and not it run is because of what we call conjugation and also subject-verb agreement. People, Are you getting it? Is it making sense to you? If you're getting it, drop something in the comment section. Good. Good. Somebody is getting it. That's good. At least some know some not talk no no sense. Treasure! Big up yourself, my brother. Prolock. I still like me see you one at a time, but like you have the door lock. See? Now, again, top of the morning, bro G. Top of the morning. And how you doing? I hope you're doing good enough. I hope you're alright. Now, back to what I say again, people. Right? So, the topic we're dealing with is conjugation. What is conjugation? Conjugation is when time the verb take on different form. Right? In different tenses as well. So, you have the verb walk. The one verb, which is walk, can give you multiple different verbs, which is walked, or walks, or which other one again? Well, basically, I them that. So the one verb conjugates into different form. So walked is not a different verb from walk. It's the same verb that is conjugated. So when it conjugated, it take on different form, different gender, different, whether singular, plural, different numbers, whichever the case may be. Now, within a sentence, the subject and the verb must agree. They have something what them call subject-verb agreement, where it tells you that the subject of the sentence must agree with the verb in the sentence. So this was why if you have cat walks, why it would be incorrect, because the singular cat agrees with the singular verb, but the plural cats does not agree with the plural verb. So what happened now? This is now a singular verb, but we don't want the singular verb. We want the plural verb. So because we want the plural verb, then now we have to make the verb be plural. And this is the plural form of the verb walk. This is why they walk and she walks. It is because of a subject-verb agreement rule in English that you have to follow. You can't go around it, me can't go around it. Nobody can go around it. Well, you can chat bad like Kimberly. That's okay. That I don't go if you get around it. But when you speak formally, when you want to speak grammatically correct, you have to match singular subject with singular verb. Singular and plural subject with plural verb. Now, subject-verb agreement, or you can say noun-verb agreement, which means the noun and the verb must agree. But remember, say the noun, you can use a pronoun in the place of a noun. See? So, you can have a sentence. I'm going to about this. Right? You can have a sentence, say, Kim. You can say, Paka. And if you notice, me have my comma because it talk about more than one of them. Right? And you can say Andy. Now, if you want to, so now you have 1, 2, 3 person who are the subject of the sentence. So rather than having rather than saying he or she or whatever the case may be, because some of them are man. Alright, let's say all of them are man. Let's say all of them are man. Or all of them are woman. It don't really matter. See? If you go and say he walks, it would be incorrect. Because you have, what is the subject? The subject is leading to more than one people. So it is not he or it is not she, right? But now it changes form because who is the subject? The subject is they. It's more than one of them. So they up here, so which is all who up there, so. Now, you can't say they walks, you know, because that would not be grammatically correct. Because guess what? Even though you have personal pronouns, you have them in a singular and you have them in a plural. So what happens is that the verb also has to match the singular part and it also have to match the plural part. So you have I, you, and he, she, it. These are on the singular side. See? Then now you go so boom now and you have we, you have they. Come right me E with another Y. Bad my bad. Right? You have they and then now me like to call one the you all. So this is the informal you, right? We have a group of people. I'm to me now, man. See? You have you all. So when you come now and you want to say them would be incorrect. The correct thing to say in the sentence is they. So now we have singular personal pronouns, plural personal pronouns. Guess what? When you conjugate the verb, is the same thing. You have the verb walk, and then now you have the first person right there, so. Right? You have the first person right there, so. You have the second person right there, so. Right? You have the third person right there, so. What that means is that you have the first person singular, which is I. You have the second person singular, which is you. You have the third person singular, which is he, she, or it. Then now you have the plural form of it. Now, when you conjugate the verb to walk, because to walk is what them call the infinitive. So this are the mother, this are the parent, this are the mother we breed up and have whole heap of pitney. So the mother you know have whole heap of pitney in the same singular and plural. So you have first person, second person, third person. Right? You have again singular over there, so. Singular, plural. Right? You have first, second, third. Again. So, this a mother you breed up and have 3 pitney over here, so, and 3 pitney over here, so. So, the singular of the verb walk is walk. The singular for the second person is also walk. The singular for the third person, this time it changed to walks. Right? Over here, so is the same walk, walk, and walk. So, here what happened now. A lot of people don't recognize that this is taking place. The reason why them don't recognize that this is taking place, it is because you have so many walk looking the same. So you don't know, say, something is taking place beyond what you're seeing. Somebody like up the life from there. Right? You don't know, say, something is taking place beyond what you're seeing. So now, for you to formulate a proper grammatical sentence, right? For you to formulate a proper grammatical sentence, you have to match number 1 singular with number 1 singular. So the subject-verb agreement means that one have a match with 1. You can't have 1 a match with 3. So if you go and say I walks, it would be grammatically incorrect. Let me know if I reach 2, you know. Like up the live for me. Let me reach a 5,000 likes. That's a small amount. Show no support. Show no consideration. Right? Show no consideration. Show no support. Like up the live. We're supposed to reach 10,000 before we're done. Everybody come on the live. Like the live. Share the live. That's all I'm asking for right now. Yes, man. Like and share it, man. And at the same time, I am going to ask again, do you understand what I am saying? What we are talking about is conjugation. But in order to understand conjugation, you also need personal pronouns as well. Because the personal pronouns goes hand in hand with the conjugation. Because when we talk about conjugation, we talk about verb. If we talk about verb, we have to talk about subject-verb agreement. We have to talk about noun-verb agreement. Because the noun in the sentence and the verb in the sentence must agree. If them not agree, you won't have no agreement. And if you won't have no agreement, then you have a contention. So you don't want a contention in the sentence. You want an agreement. Now, what you gonna happen now? Because I'm glad so you understand. See? So now, if I want to say I have to say I walk. I can't say I walks. And if me say I walks, it would be wrong. Open and follow that. Now, if I was to say he walks, it would be correct. Because the third person conjugation of the verb walk in the present tense is walks. So this is correct. If I was to say he walk, it would be incorrect. Because grammatically, he is number 3, which means a number 3 and number 3 must agree. Number 2 and number 2 must agree. So I cannot go and say you walks. Because if I say you is what? 2. But if I say walks is what? 3. So I would have 2 right so and 3 right so, which wouldn't agree. But if I change walks to 2, now I have a 2 right there so. Open to see that. Because I'm going to change the ball game for the wicked, so make sure you not pay attention. Now, I'm not remove this, but I'm going to remove this up here so. And I saw the problem come down. Because that was a regular verb. That was a regular verb. Before I move to the next one, let me show you something real quick. You have, when it using at the past tense, where you would say, walked. Guess what happened? Walked is in the singular for everybody. Walk is in the plural for everybody. So it becomes grammatically correct and easy to say, I walked, you walked, she walked, we walked, you all walked, they walked. So everybody I do the same action up here so. So it make the sentence easy for just go so boom and say I walked and you can just change out this. I walked, you walked, he walked. This is when it is in a past tense. See? Now as me say, I just want to show you that because I'm going to change the ball game. Now we have the verb to be. Me I go tell you say you know this, but you don't know say you know this. For some who know. For some who know it and know so you know it. Me come and me tell you say, reading is not a thing where you don't know. See? Reading is not a thing where you don't know. It is a thing where you're not aware so you know. So you need to become aware of what you don't know so that you can become aware so you know what you think you don't know. Now, this is where it gets tricky. People wanna follow me, you know. So when I come live, you know I'm there. This is where it gets tricky. See? This is where it gets tricky. The one what we do a while ago was regular. But this one irregular. So here what happened now. The first person of this to be conjugate to am. Who can tell me the next one? Who can tell me the next one? The first person conjugate, the first person singular, to be correct. Let me just change it back up here, so. To singular and plural. To be. So the next person, as Kimi say, is what? You are. Who can tell me the next one? When you use it every day, I don't know so when you use it. I'm telling you, I don't know, no, just now weird, so I don't know. Give me so, big up yourself. Much respect. Who can tell me the next one? When you conjugate the verb to be, what does the third person singular present tense conjugate to? It conjugate to is. Now look here. Yes, so the problem there. Because guess what? None of this don't look alike. None of this is not the same. So when you have the regular verb, you see how it's easy and it look like nothing is taking place. But no, this is where the chaos take place. Now we have we over here. So for the first person, plural. So this is the first person plural. You have the first person singular, first person plural. So it have to match in numbers. The numbers have to match, the tense have to match, the action of who is doing the action have to match. So you can't come and say, I are. Well, you can do like Bunty. I are the one. But it's not a grammatical correct statement. I is teaching you how to read. I is teaching you English. But it is not a grammatical correct statement. I am a boy. I am a girl. My name is Pam. See my bag here. I am is the grammatical correct thing to say. And the reason for that is because you have what we call conjugation, which this is the conjugation of the first person, this is the conjugation of the second person, this is the conjugation of the third person. When it conjugate, it have to match up back with the subject within the sentence. What is the subject? Or who is the subject? I am the subject. So therefore, I must go with him. One and one must agree. If you have 2 and 1, it not right. If you have 3 and 1, it not right. 3 and 3 must agree. So this is 3 right here, so which is E. And this is 3 right here, so which is. Does that look grammatically correct, people? Truth be told. Does that look grammatically correct? All the marker gone. Now, over the plural side, we have also R. 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 R alone over here, so. BR. R. So, if you want to say they, you cannot say they is. Even though it is the third person, it does not match. Singular and plural cannot cross. You have to have the plural of the third person, which leads you to right here. So this is the third person, which is R. Down here, so is the third person again, over the plural side, which is they. So then therefore, Kimberly, Paka, Kewan Mommy, they are, because they are the subject of the sentence. They are. See? If I include myself in that, see? Kimberly, Kimarreadingclass, Kewan Mommy, Kimi Sue, we are, because no, I am included in the first person, because the first person is included in that. So I am, we are, you are, he is, she is, they are. People, I hope you understand that. I hope you understand that. And what I can tell yourself to focus on now is this. Make your picnic them learn personal pronoun. Make them learn how to read. Because now you see that these sentences will come with the personal pronouns. They are not how to read. You can make them read I. You can make them read you. You can make them read he. You can make them read she. You can make them read it. You can make them read we. You can make them read they. Now them learn something what them can see in almost every single sentence. That I go propel them quicker and faster. Now, I go come back and I go do it for Spanish, but I want to introduce it now. It's the same thing for Spanish. It's the same thing for French. It's the same thing for Italian. It's the same thing for Portuguese. In a Spanish, who you know it? Anybody know Spanish here? The first person is yo. Second person, tú. The third person is what again? Ella or él. See? No. Up here, so now we have the verb. In a freedom thing over there, so them have verb ending with er, them have verb ending with ar, and them have verb ending with ir. And so for them verb look. At the ending, you just need to pay attention. Is it er? Yes, it is a verb. It is ar? Yes, it is a verb. Is it ir? Yes, it is a verb. So this now in its infinitive form, just like to be. So rather than use to be, we are going to use the one we say to walk, right? You have the verb caminar, if you can call it that, or caminar. It don't matter. Over here, so is the AR, which what them would do is remove the ending. So now all of them part now of coming. This is just an example. But what happens is that for each person, whether it is the first person singular, which is you, second person singular, which is tú, third person singular, which is ella or él, it changes the ending in each case. So now you have the first person matching back with the first person up here, so which is yo camino. Tú caminas. Ella camina. Él camina. A Spanish that. If you can do this, say this, read this, you are reading Spanish. Yo camino. I mean, no say uno can read the word ka, me, no. Me no say uno can do it. Caminas. Camina. Now, this is a 3-syllable word. But what happens is that, I'm going to run after this shortly. What happens is that, because it ends with a vowel, and there are rules for this as well. Because it ends with a vowel, the stress of the word falls on that part of the syllable. So even though it look like it say me, it is really saying me. Camino. That is why it is camino. Yo camino, tú caminas, ella camina, which means yo camino, I walk. Tu camina, tu caminas mean you walk. Ella camina, she walks. It's the same principle, it's the same thing. This is regular. Come back next class, you're going to see we do the irregular, just like how we did with the English one. Now, people, I always tell you, say, when you come right here, so. When you just learn one something. When you learn one something right here, so, it can be translated in other areas of your life. So don't come and feel like say you just learn to read. As a matter of fact, you come to learn to read for few words. But you can't learn to read by just learning few words. You have to learn to read by learning the rules of how to read. You have to learn to read by learning the rules of the words. You have to learn to read by learning the rules of the syllables, so that you can know how them operate, so that when you ready to read, you know how to do it because you learn how to do it before. So you have to learn first so that you can know. And when you know that you know, so you can go back and do it again. And anytime you know, that means that you learn. Anytime you know something, it means that you learn. So people, those who want to drop them support in the chat, those who want to send them gift, those who want to send encouragement, those who want to send nothing at all, I am all here for it. So, I'm going to leave in a minute. Much respect for all who there here. Big up on yourself. Pakadon, Kimiso, check in. Kimberly, check in. K1 Mommy, check in. O'Neil, check in. Who me miss? See me? And big up yourself. Monique, big up yourself. Cypri, Ermin, you come and keep quiet, but big up yourself. Princess, Young King, Jessica, Karen, Marie, Happy Hype, Tony Boo, Sugar, big up yourself. Cheja, all who check in, big up themselves. People, it was a good time being out here with you guys. Hope you stay safe and alright. Those who can help. Those who can support. But other words, keep safe, keep growing, keep doing, and keep getting there. Have a great day.